Hi there. Welcome to another session of Awakening Your Personal Best. I'm Nancy Muller.
And I'm Ildiko Skur. Hi,
And
everybody.
we are so excited to bring you these weekly videos on Awakening Your Personal Best. And today we're going to be talking about the imposter syndrome. And I don't know about you, Ildiko, but I see this everywhere. You know, people who are saying, I'm trying to do this, or I have this big goal or this big vision, but first I have to do this and first I have to do that, because it's so hard for them to believe that just by the fact that they decided to do it, they're already there.
Absolutely. And actually, what I want to bring in here is I mentioned to you that there's a documentary about a band called Bros, who used to be big in the 80s for a couple of years, two twins.
And I'm going to just interject right here, because when you shared that with me with your accent, I just want to spell it BROS, and it's on YouTube. Okay. Lovely accent. I love to hear you talk, but I'm just for everybody. Okay.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Absolutely. So there was a documentary which is called After the Screaming Stops, which meant what happened once they were not famous anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fascinating. I just want to share one thing, because Luke Goss, who used to be the drummer, I mean, they were world famous and everybody wanted to be them. But he shared this piece of really eye-opening perspective, that he never felt that he deserved to be on stage. He always felt that he was a fake. And this is what we're talking about. So a world famous drummer, who everybody is, screaming at, all the women around the world. And he didn't feel that he was anything but a fake on stage, and that it was really his brother who was the one who was the real deal.
The talent and everything. Yeah. After you suggested that to me, I watched it over the weekend. And I agree with you. It was a very powerful message.
Yes, it was. Absolutely. So this is what we're talking about here today, aren't we, Nancy?
Exactly. And, I've heard so many people say that, who am I? Who am I to share this message? It doesn't matter how much education they have, how much they've learned, who their teachers were, where they've gotten in life. There are so many people who are still walking around saying, well, who am I to teach this? Who am I? Maybe there's somebody smarter than me. Maybe it should only be my teachers that teach this. And the thing is the fact that you are learning it, there's something innate in you that says this knowledge is necessary for my personal growth, my who I am, to be the best me that I can be, to be the best personal best of me that I can be. And the very fact that you're drawn to that information, that is what makes you qualified. And yet there are so many people who have that doubt in themselves.
Absolutely. And what it does is it quashes your passion. And passion is, for me, passion is the indicator that you're on the right track for what drives you. So if you allow your doubts to quash that passion, then you're going to end up depressed. And how many people up at the top of the tree do we see who end up with depression? And worse, unfortunately. We've seen some true tragedies over the last couple of years of people who, got right to the top of their profession and they couldn't cope with it. And I've got an explanation for this, Nancy, which I shared with you before. So I'm going to share here on the video. And that is because, you're this, what I call the little me. You're this little me person. And then suddenly you expand into this large me space. So what happens when little me cannot expand into this big space?
Right.
Little me believes they're a fake. They are not worthy of big me space, of the money, of the glamour, of the houses and the wealth and everything else, of the adulation of fans, just like Luke Goss.
Right.
So little me has to get to the point where little me can actually expand to fill the space of big me. But the thing is, these people and you out there are actually in the space and doing the big me bit, but you just don't believe it. You don't believe in yourself. And this is what happens. This is the real problem. And that's why the imposter syndrome takes place, right?
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with your self-worth. And of course, your self-worth has to do with your belief in who you are, or where you came from, or what you are entitled to be.
Yes.
And so we're always searching for that perfectionism, but perfect doesn't exist.
It doesn't. That's right. We were talking about this as well. And the fact that it's a way of controlling what is controllable when everything else is spinning out of control, because little me can't cope with this big space of big me. So the only thing you can control in that position is the tiny minutiae of life and other people. Oh, you know, I need to have this and I need to have that, and this has to be perfect and that has to be, you know, rigidly aligned. And we see this with people, again, who are at the top of their profession. You know, they have OCD tendencies.
Exactly.
They have a need to have people doing exactly what they've done yesterday and the day before. And the reason is because there is this feeling of, oh my God, everything's spinning out of control.
And the thing is that, you know, when you have so many programs out there that people will tell you, okay, you're already perfect, start from perfect, but perfect doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't.
And it's so important to understand the human perfect versus the soul perfect.
That's correct, exactly. So on the soul level, we are all perfect, which is what, you know, we had this discussion. We are all perfect. All of you out there are absolutely perfect. That's the soul level, your spirit level, if you like. However, in the third dimension, in the human aspect that we are in, there is no such thing as perfect. If you chase it, you will never find it, because it doesn't even exist in nature. If you have a look at nature, it never comes up. So stop chasing perfect. We have a much better solution, don't we, Nancy?
Oh, you know, absolutely. And, you know, so when you're looking at, instead of striving for perfect, you know, think about your personal best. Who are you? You're here to be the best you that you can be. And that means, like, what is it that you're here to be? What is it? What space do you fill? What is it that is you being you? Because that is the most beautiful gift that you can give yourself, to step into that and realize, seriously, that's what it is. And I'm going to go a step further and go, seriously, that's all it took for me to just realize that I am so freaking awesome. And by me stepping into me and my personal best, the very nature of why I'm here and why I'm walking on this earth. And if you're not able to tap into that, if you're not able to see that you are the best that you can be, and if you're lagging behind, or you have some self-doubt or low self-worth, how can you step into being your personal best? Awaken that. You have to awaken that joy within you, that happiness, that what you're meant to be.
Absolutely. So little me needs to fill the space of big me, and that is awakening your personal best. And we have a word for you out there, and that is, if you can't be perfect, be satisfied.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is awakening your personal best, and this is what we're talking about in these videos.
Ildiko, I'm so excited that you and I are doing these every week, and I just love working with you. Thank you so much. And for all of you out there, I just want you to remember, life is all about choices. This is Nancy Muller
and Ildiko Skur
saying ciao for now.